What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cab Show, NFL Week 5 recap. What a crazy weekend, right? I mean, obviously, I'm really surprised about the Cleveland Browns. They're 4-1, first time since Belichick was coach. That's insane to me. That was back in the 90s. That was right around the time I came out the vagina. Isn't that wild to think? I mean, let's be honest here. When the season first started, I really thought, look, this was a make or break year for Baker Mayfield. But the way he's been playing right now, the way Baker's been balling out, there's no doubt in my mind that they will definitely make the playoffs. No doubt about it. Who would have thought at the beginning of the season saying, you know what, the Cleveland Browns will make the playoffs? You know, we said that last year, and what happened? They missed the playoffs. So to me, it was just one of them things where is Baker and Odell really going to hit stride? And we're starting to see it. You know, game after game now, we see Baker really throwing the ball down the field to Baker, to Landry, to offensive weapons that he really needs. And to me, what a performance. I mean, Baker showed out, no doubt about it. But my whole thing is, look what Odell. And like I said, when Baker throws the ball to Odell, just more things happen. And we saw Odell throw a touchdown pass, I believe, or at least a pretty big gain. Odell, he's just good at that. He's just good at everything on the football field. We could see, I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, yo, Odell, go play at cornerback. You like, for real. You know, at that point, it's just like you're that good, that talented. To me, it's crazy, dude. But Baker, he had 247 yards this game, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. But look, like I said, dude, he got the dub, you know, and he's really proven me wrong because at the beginning of the year, I said, look, Baker, I don't think he's the guy for Cleveland right now. It's looking like he is. He's slinging it down. He's building more and more confidence. Like I said, Cleveland's 4-1 now. Who would have thought the Colts, now they're 3-2. My whole thing dealing with the Indianapolis Colts is who's their future quarterback for during this decade? 20 all the way up to 2030. Who's the guy? You understand? It's obviously not Phillip Rivers. Jacoby, I don't think it is. Like, we're going to have to draft. That's why I said at the beginning of the year when we opened up against Jacksonville Jaguars and lost to the Jaguars, I said, look, dude, tank. Let's draft Trevor Lawrence, dude. Perfect, right, for the Colts culture. You know, just think we could have got Cam Newton this offseason. But my whole thing is, why didn't we get Cam Newton? Like, Cam Newton with the Colts right now, it would be crazy, but it doesn't fit the Indianapolis Colts culture. Okay, let's get that straight. Crazy, right? And then, obviously, speaking of the Jags, they ended up playing the Texans. Texans finally got their first win. Their head coach is gone, like I said. To me, it's been a long time coming for the Houston Texans. Like I said, they started off pretty shitty. You know, 0-4 to start off, to me, crazy. You know, 54.5 was the over-under. Went under. Minshew had a pretty decent game. 2 touchdown passes, over 300 yards. Watson had 359 yards passing with 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Brandon Cooks had 8 receptions for 161 yards and 1 touchdown. Look, I expect Watson to really come back and really start building wins for the Houston Texans. Don't count them out just yet, right? Obviously, no 0-4 team ever in history of the NFL has won a Super Bowl. But look, let's not look past that, okay? Records have been breaking before, and they continue to break. But I expect a big year for Watson, and I expect him to get more dubs. Do I expect him to make the playoffs? It's really going to be hard. Let's be honest here. It's going to be super hard, but never give up, okay? I got that one right. Then Miami versus the 49ers. Yes, I went 49ers. Obviously, the 49ers got blown out. Jimmy G ended up getting benched after the first half, throwing 2 interceptions. To me, it's crazy. Like I said, when Jimmy G first went to San Francisco, I said, look, I don't think he's the guy. Yeah, I never did. You know, I saw him miss a couple throws in the Super Bowl that were really, really, like, you can't miss those. You know, to win a Super Bowl, you can't miss those opportunities. And Jimmy G missed a couple opportunities in the Super Bowl against Kansas City. And that's when I realized, look, Jimmy G is not the guy. Okay, but shout out to Miami. Fitzpatrick, 350 yards passing with 3 touchdowns. Williams had 4 receptions for 106 yards and 1 touchdown. Like I said, Jimmy G situation, the 49ers right now, I mean, it's looking like they're not even going to make the playoffs. You know, who would have thought about that, though, right? You know, coming from the Super Bowl, losing in the Super Bowl to this right now, it's not looking good for the San Francisco 49er fans. I feel really sorry for you guys. I mean, you guys were a couple plays from a ring. Yeah, for real. And to me, it just slipped out of your hands. I cannot believe it. Crazy. Then we got the Giants versus the Cowboys. This is really some devastating news. Yes, the Cowboys won. They didn't cover the 8.5. What really was sad was Dak Prescott getting hurt. And yes, I said Dak Prescott, this is a make or break year. I really believe that. But I also believe that Dak Prescott could come back. It's really a long shot. He suffered a compound right ankle fracture. To me, we've seen different athletes have this type of injury and really be out for their whole season. To me, it's not looking so good for Dak. I don't wish injuries on any athlete. Obviously, yes, if I badmouth and talk bad about the athlete, but I don't wish an injury upon him. Like, that's serious. That's some serious shit, and to me, it's crazy. I hope and pray Dak Prescott gets here back before the playoffs. Because if Dak Prescott doesn't get back before the playoffs, we can say, look, Dallas is probably not going to make the playoffs. Like, it's really sad. You know, in Dallas, there's no excuse for Dallas. Yes, there's an excuse now that Dak's hurt. But before this happened, there was no excuse. There's no excuse. Dallas has too much talent. Look, you know, you're back against the wall. You're Dallas. You're 2-3 right now, below 500. Your starting quarterback just went out, probably out for the season. I hope and pray Dak Prescott gets back if there's a possibility that the Dallas Cowboys can even make the playoffs. But, you know, like I said, prayers up for Dak Prescott, man. Really sad news. Then we got Minnesota versus Seattle. Seattle didn't cover. I told you to go more money line on this pick. I said it'd be ignorant to take Minnesota because Seattle's the hottest team right now in the NFL. No ifs or doubt about it, bro. They're the hottest team, dude. And I'm telling you what, Russell Wilson is legit. 3 touchdowns, only 1 pick, 217 yards passing. Metcalf, he had 6 receptions for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns. Look, dude, Seattle is something else right now. They're 5-0, best start, I believe, in franchise history. To me, it's crazy right now. The way Seattle and Russell Wilson, I said Westbrook. Russell Wilson is playing right now. To me, dude, they're right now, they are Super Bowl favorites. Am I just looking at eyeballing them? 100%. Russell Wilson definitely should be leading MVP right now. No doubt about that. So, shout out to the Seattle Seahawks. They are a scary team. Like I said, the sky's the limit for them. They really don't have no limit. It's past the sky. So to me, it's crazy what Seattle's doing right now. Hats off to Pete Carroll and company there. Then we got Chargers versus the Saints. This was the Monday Night Football game. To me, yes, the Saints barely won in overtime by a game-winning field goal. They obviously did not cover the 7.5 spread. If you went money line, you won that pick. No doubt about it. But my whole thing is, am I worried about the Saints? Absolutely not. Still at the beginning of the season. They still have a lot to prove. Drew Brees, I'm not worried about him. He had 325 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Like I said, you know, they have weapons. So a win is a win no matter how it looks like in the NFL. So to me, Drew Brees and company, they're above 500. Hats off to them. Well deserved, okay? So for me, I love where they're going. Then we had the Panthers versus Atlanta Falcons. I told you guys to go the Panthers, and the Panthers got the upset. 53.5 was the over-under. Went with the under. Like I said, I just thought Teddy Bridgewater was really going to show out. Teddy Bridgewater, 313 yards and 2 touchdowns. Robbie Anderson, he had 8 receptions for 112 yards. I like where these guys are going. Matt Ryan, 0-5, 226 yards, 1 interception. Todd Gurley had a great game, 121 yards rushing with 1 touchdown. But Atlanta Falcons owner came out and said, look, we don't know about Matt Ryan's future. We will have to see, quote unquote. To me, for Atlanta Falcons, they should have fired Dan Quinn after the Super Bowl when they blew it 28-3 against the Patriots. To me, that I just can't believe it. I can't believe he kept it this long. And then Matt Ryan, look, dude, had a pretty good, decent career with Atlanta. But I think if I'm Atlanta Falcons, I'm the owner of them. I say, look, dude, let's draft the quarterback. Matt Ryan's had his time here. How long has he been with Atlanta? At least a decade, right? I mean, dude, your time has been there. You've had the opportunity in the Super Bowl up 28-3, and you guys blew it. We can blame the coaches, blame the staff. Matt Ryan, you ended up making a costly fumble in that game. So whose fault was that? Okay, so to me, I think Atlanta definitely needs to get rid of Matt Ryan in the future. No doubt about it. He's had his opportunities. I'm sorry about it. But the biggest upset of the week was the Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, over the Kansas City Chiefs. To me, this was crazy. I could not believe it. When I first saw this, I was like, no way. Derek Carr, 347 yards passing with 3 touchdowns and only 1 pick, dude. And this is the first time really where we saw, Mahomes threw a pick really in a crucial situation. But he had 340 yards with 2 touchdowns, like I said, in an interception. Kelsey had 8 receptions for 108 yards and 1 touchdown. But like I said, the Chiefs, it was destined for them to eventually lose, right? I mean, they should have lost to the Chargers, I believe in week 3 it was. They had their opportunities, but the Raiders came out and punched them in the mouth. They ran, they threw the ball, they really did what they want, and they exploded Kansas City's defense. And that's what Kansas City's weakness is. It's not Patrick Mahomes and the offense. It's their defense. It's their secondary. Kansas City's going to have to figure something out when it comes later in the season into the playoffs, because if they give up these type of points, they're probably not going to win against a great team. Okay, that's what separates them. But I think Kansas City definitely needed to lose this game, because you don't ever want to go undefeated like the 07 Patriots and then lose in the Super Bowl. So I think it's good for both teams. Definitely for the Raiders, though. I mean, I cannot believe it. Las Vegas Raiders are really showing out this year. John Gruden, a Hall of Famer coach, in my opinion. Derek Carr's really had his opportunities, really showing out this year. So what Las Vegas Raiders are doing, they're surprising a lot of people. Hats off to them. Then we got Arizona versus the Jets. Arizona, yes, I told you guys they would win. They ended up covering. Murray had 380 yards with 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Flacco got to play. He had 195 yards and 1 touchdown. The Jets are trash, dude. I can't believe Joe Flacco's still in the NFL right now. Can you guys? I can't. I cannot believe Joe Flacco's in the NFL. To me, that's surprising. Le'Veon Bell ended up getting released from the Jets. I hope Le'Veon Bell goes back to his old team, Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, the way Pittsburgh's playing right now, they're undefeated. I would love to see Le'Veon Bell go back there. I hope he does. Then we got Philly versus Pittsburgh. Speaking of Pittsburgh, yes, they got the dub. I know I picked Philly with the upset. I really thought they would upset them, but Carson Wentz having a rough year this year. 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He's thrown a lot of picks this year. Rapist Big Ben, he had 239 yards with 3 touchdowns. Shout out to Chase Claypool. Straight from Notre Dame. He had 7 receptions for 110 yards and 3 touchdowns, baby. Shout out to Chase, man. Like I said, an ND boy, he is showing out. He's a baller. I love this kid, man. This guy, dude, there's no limit for this kid. I think he could really be a superstar someday. Obviously, he's not going to be catching passes from Rapist Big Ben his whole career. But right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers are on the map. They are a scary team, no doubt about it. Then we got the Rams versus the Washington team. I told you guys go Rams. They ended up covering the 7 points. 45.5 was the over-under. I believe it was the over. To me, it's amazing. Goff, 309 yards, 2 touchdowns, only 1 pick. Crazy, right? I really like this. But comeback player of the year, Alex Smith, I cannot believe he came back like this. He was 9 for 17 for only 37 yards, but he didn't play that long. But to me, we have to understand he went through so many surgeries. I want to say at least 15 surgeries he's went through in the past 2 years. To me, this is heart commitment to the game. I respect Alex Smith. Hats off to you, man. I salute Alex Smith, no doubt about it. Big win for the Rams. Then we got the Bengals versus the Ravens. The Ravens were 12-point favorites in this game. I told you guys to go heavy on the Ravens. 50.5 was the over-under. It was the under. Lamar Jackson does what Lamar Jackson does. The 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He also had 7 carries for 53 yards and a rushing touchdown. Joe Burrow, just 183 yards and 1 interception. Look, I'm not really, yes, I feel like Joe Burrow can be a superstar, but look, it really takes some time here. You're playing in Cincinnati, okay? We have to understand that. Similar, obviously, like old Cleveland Browns. Obviously, Cleveland's good this year, but I like to compare the two because they've been trash for so long. But like I said, Joe Burrow, I feel like, yes, the expectations will continue to rise for you in his career. No doubt about it. But I do believe Joe Burrow will continue to get better and better, 100%. But big win for the Ravens, no doubt about it. And then obviously Tuesday night's game ended up getting pushed back because of COVID, was the Bills versus the Titans. Yes, I picked the Bills with the upset. just because I thought Josh Allen and company was really on fire in Tennessee having a bye the last week. To me, I thought that was a difference maker, but it wasn't. I mean, we see what Tennessee is, and we saw them last year in the playoffs against Baltimore, and obviously against Kansas City, which they could have easily beat Kansas City. But dude, I'm telling you, Derrick Henry to me is top 3 running back in the league. No one can really tackle this guy. He's an animal. He is a beast, dude. I'm telling you what. We saw what Josh Norman did. He threw him like 5 feet in the air, dude. It was crazy. Derrick Henry's an animal, dude. He's a beast. Ryan Tannehill's balling out. To me, it's crazy. Really, Tennessee right now. Tennessee, we got Tennessee. We have Pittsburgh Steelers. We have Seattle Seahawks that are still undefeated, dude. This is crazy to me. These are the hottest teams right now. It's crazy. I love it though. But back to the Dallas Cowboys. One more thing with the Cowboys. Look, you know what they should do moving forward. Obviously, get a quarterback. But I hope and pray that Dak Prescott can be back by the playoffs, even if they can't make the playoffs. But is this another wasted season for the Dallas Cowboys? Is it gonna be true again? I hope not. I sure in hell hope not that it's not for the Dallas Cowboys. But obviously the biggest win all week, no doubt about it, was the Las Vegas Raiders at Kansas City. That was a huge upset. Then obviously the Colts losing to the Browns. I mean, the Browns are 4-1 right now. Crazy, right? But shout out to the Cleveland Browns. They're the most surprising team right now in the NFL, baby. Let's go!